Good afternoon, this is Sean Golding with Golding and Golding, here to discuss the basics of the closer connection exception to substantial presence. Another mouthful. Let's kind of talk about what that is. So the U.S. taxes you on your worldwide income. U.S. taxation is based on something called CBT, citizen-based taxation, not RBT, residence-based taxation. And to confuse you even more, citizen doesn't just mean U.S. citizen, right? It means U.S. citizen, legal permanent resident, and then the third category, foreign nationals who meet the substantial presence test. So it doesn't matter if you're a visa holder or not. Some people think you have to be on a work visa like a B1, B2, or an EB5 investment visa. It doesn't matter. Any of those visas, unless you're exempt, like a F1, J1 for a limited amount of time, you're going to be subject to U.S. tax on your worldwide income as well if you meet substantial presence, and you're going to be required to report your global assets, investments, and accounts. So the difference is, if you don't meet the substantial presence test, you just file a 1040 NR if you have income. So if Dave, again, from my other example, if he lives in a foreign country, not a U.S. person, earns a bunch of foreign income, IRS can't do anything about it. But if Dave is a U.S. person and he earns a bunch of foreign income, then the U.S. can tax him on it, and he would have to file a 1040. In the first scenario, if Dave if he was not a U.S. person, but he had some U.S. sourced income, then he would just file a 1040 NR only to report the U.S. sourced income. So closer connection. Basically what the IRS says is, look, even if you're a foreign national who meets the substantial presence test, you may still be able to avoid substantial presence if you can show a closer connection to another country or countries. You have to show you have significant contacts with that country, and there's a whole bunch of little tricks to be aware of. So for example, green card holders, aka legal permanent residents, they can't use this. Not only green card holders, even if you applied for it, because if you applied for it, it shows a sense of permanency, and therefore you're not allowed to use the closer connection. Instead, you use the tiebreaker treaty rules. The 8840 closer connection exception is preferred because it's a form, it's relatively simple, and showing significant contacts when you're not a permanent resident or citizen is normally not that difficult. So when it comes time to file your tax return, it's important to do it timely. It's important to attach the form to your return and to complete it thoroughly. So when it's something where you have to show significant contacts, those types of touchy-feely, esoteric, nebulous definitions that don't really have a bright line test, go to if you're going to hire a tax professional, great. If you don't want to, great. Go to the 8840 instructions, try to work through it yourself, see what you can come up with, make a list, figure out if it works for you, and make sure you file it timely. If you're out of compliance for prior years, you may want to consider getting into compliance through one of the amnesty programs. Maybe you met substantial presence in prior years, but you didn't file a 1040, or you filed a 1040 NR, you didn't report your worldwide income, yada, yada, yada. So there's various amnesty programs. There's voluntary disclosure, there's streamlined domestic, streamlined offshore, delinquent FBAR, and reasonable cause. We have lots of free information available on our main website, goldinglawyers.com. You can always reach out and schedule a reduced fee initial consultation if you think it's appropriate. Again, my name is Sean Golding with Golding and Golding. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.